Good day, grade 12 learners. This is Mr. P. I'm back again with mechanics, grade 12. We are going to look at types of forces that you need to know for you to understand Newton's laws. There are three types of forces that we are going to look at. One of them is gravitational force, which is just the weight of the object. And we're also going to look at the normal force. The third force that you need to know is a frictional force, which comes in two types: static friction force and kinetic friction force. We're going to look at those two in more detail in the coming lessons. But for now, we're going to focus on the normal force, which is the main key for calculating frictional forces. It's very important for you to understand that friction forces depend on the normal force. That's the reason why you are supposed to understand the normal force in depth, so that you are able to calculate friction force. It's also important that you know that the normal force keeps changing depending on circumstances. Friction force won't have the same value for every scenario given. And we're going to look at 4 different examples on how to calculate the normal force, because this is going to determine the magnitude of frictional force. It's very important to know that the normal force is not always equal to the gravitational force, or the normal force is not always equal to the weight of the object. Let's look at one very simple example. Let's say we have an object resting on a horizontal surface. It's just seated on a surface as shown in the diagram. We can see that the normal force is pointing up, while the gravitational force, or mg, or the weight of the object, is pointing down, as is always the case. The normal force in this case is simply equal to the weight of the object, or the normal force is equal to m times g, where m is the mass of the object and g is the gravitational acceleration of that object. This is the simplest case whereby you'll be required to calculate the normal force. We're going to look at 3 more examples in the coming lessons, but for now, let's stop there until we meet again. Thank you and bye-bye.